Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing well. So bit of good news and interesting news. So I was actually able to finish my Grey Knights army. I think it's ultimately complete. It is my main army. It's the army that I play, or that I plan to play the most. In 10th edition, I think I've only played them once since 10th came out. But of course, you know, there's a lot of things that goes on with that. Life, busy, school, whatever. But I've actually decided to make the time to come back and play a little bit more Warhammer, and even more so than just 40k, like big 40k. I'm also going to be playing, obviously, KT3 whenever that comes out. I'm going to play that, and I'm also getting into Necromunda. But for right now, for today, what we're talking about right now is just 40k and my Grey Knights, right? So with that being said, I want to show them off a little bit. They're not fully painted. I still have to finish, but majority of them are all, like, I would say the whole army is at least like 75 to like 80% done. And one of the detachments I didn't have to paint, thankfully, because I picked them up off of somebody who purchased Grey Knights, but they didn't want to ultimately use the Grey Knights, so I was able to pick up a good amount of squads and units off of them for the low, so it was great. But as far as my Grey Knights, let me show you what I've added to them. So one of the detachments, excuse me, one of the detachments is going to be a Armiger Warglaive detachment. So one of the Imperial Knights, smaller War Knights and whatnot. So just so you guys can see, I'll show them right here. I have not painted them yet. I'll get a better focus over here. But yeah, I haven't painted these guys yet, but I will. And they're gonna fit, you know, the color scheme that I currently have going on with my Grey Knights. It's gonna be super sick to have these guys in here, so I'm pretty excited about them. But yeah, I haven't gotten to use them yet, but I cannot wait. I cannot wait to use these guys on the actual tabletop. But other than that, that's for like a separate detachment. Now I do have my units and everything like that I want to showcase to you guys as well. Remember, not all painted, but majority yes. So this is what we got going on right here. You guys can see. Let's put them over here. You can probably get a better view of them, so to speak. So these front guys are the ones that aren't painted all the way yet, but you know, overall I think they came out damn good. So we have a few different squads here. Excuse me. We have a few different squads. Goddamn. So we have a few different squads. A few strike squads, of course. Interceptor squads. That's about it for here. I believe I have about 2 of each. I don't know. I haven't done the numbers yet, but I almost maxed out both squads. But the way I have them set up is that I could change it to where I can have a smaller unit or a smaller squad that like sets out to like maybe only capture objectives or something like that. Who knows? And then I have, excuse me, 2 bigger squads to go out and do some actual damage or anything like that. So I think that's pretty cool the way I have that set up. Ultimately, man, I really do like them. I love the way they came out. And then of course I got to finish the color schemes for these 2. Well, for this squad, so to speak, by itself. But that's like my infantry. So I have a purgation squad up here. Actually, no, I don't. That's a strike squad with 2 heavies, or a strike squad with a heavy, blah blah blah, things like that, right? Then, moving on from there, I have like my bigger boys. Excuse me. I have my stronger units and a few like character units here. So this magnet actually fell off of this guy. I'm gonna have to fix that. But let's go ahead and pull these guys to the forefront. So as you can see, Castellan Crow. We have a librarian right here, a paladin squad, and then as well as a Terminator squad. So typically what I will do is put the librarian with the like the Terminator squad, maybe even the Paladin squad, because they're heavy hitters. They are really, really heavy hitters. So just so you guys get a closer look at everybody, I think they came out amazing. And again, luckily I didn't have to paint all these guys, so big plus there. But typically I'll put Castellan Crow more than likely with a unit over here, whole squad over here, because he has buffs and enhancements and things like that that benefit him being in a squad of this magnitude. And then I will put the Chaplain more than likely with the Paladin squad, because these guys are disgusting in melee, of course, and then having him, there's obviously buffs and everything like that. Now, I know some of you may be like, oh, well, you know, the statistics are this, the statistics are that. And yes, that is true. However, I haven't had that many reps with them, so I cannot recite it off the top of my head. But I mean, I got the codex right there, and then I also have the index cards, because I know you can't use the codex anymore in 10th edition, so it's fine. I have my index cards, and that right there just pretty much tells me everything that I need to know about them when I'm in battle. But I do like these units. I would get another Terminator squad. I guess it just depends on the match that I'm playing, the point value. That ultimately depends on what type of squads or anything I can get. But for the most part, I really do like the way they came out. And they do a great job on the battlefield. So I primarily got to get them into the charge phase without dying first. But all the Grey Knights have a 2+ save, so check that out. Actually, I think that's except for like the vehicles or something. Obviously, the armatures are not a part of the Grey Knights; they're just a detachment, so I don't know what their saves are. I have to like look it up. But yeah, and then also I have what is it, Caldro, Master Caldro, or Cal Drogo, or however you say his name. I have him as well. He's not obviously done being painted because his head is silver, but this is this guy, super sick. And I know he's gonna have a few things. I also have a captain as well, but I don't like those models as much because they're like, I believe they're resin, and since it's resin, it is what is it? It's not. Since it's resin, I don't like the way the plastic feels, and plus you can't use plastic glue for those. You have to use super glue, so it kind of sucks. But whatever. And then finally, I would say like my big armament. So any of like my big units would be right here. And this of course consists of, as you may have guessed, any Dread Knights. I have those 2 extra characters here. I have the captain, and I completely forgot this other guy's name. Okay, so correction. So this guy, this bad boy right here, that is Grandmaster Voldus. That's who I have right there. Yeah, that's why I wasn't worried about him. This guy over here is the resin model I don't like as much because I had to use super glue and everything like that. This right here is Caldor Drago. Like, he's cool, but I don't like the model, man. Like, look at the sword. The sword is like warped. Wait, can I get that? And then, yeah, the sword is like warped, so I don't like that as much. But I mean, he's cool. I don't know how much of a use I can have him in my army yet, but I do have him. I guess it's all right. And then finally, here is the brother captain I was saying about. He's the other resin model that I got. That again, I'm not too hyped about because it's a resin model. So it was really hard to get it to stick and everything, but it turned out all right, I guess. I just don't like the way the resin models feel at all, but it is what it is. Let's see, and then other than that, I have, of course, as everybody likes to call them, the baby characters. So I got a Dread Knight. I actually have 2 of these guys. So this is one of them. This is my other Dread Knight. Of course, same thing. So these different color schemes, based off the guy that I bought them from, I'm just gonna say these were Grey Knights that were like on a, they were on an extended mission and they came back, and their colors and everything is a little bit different from the other Grey Knights that I have. I have a little vulnerable Dreadnought, little cute little baby, go around causing destruction. I don't know why I call them cute when they could like rip you in half, but I don't know, they're like small and adorable. Here's my other one. I really like this one. I like the way it looks. It looks kind of cool in my opinion. Nothing too crazy, but I really like it, especially for my army. And then finally, I had to get me a vehicle. So, and I forgot which vehicle I actually bought. It is the what is it? Oh, now I gotta look this up because now I feel obligated. In any case, it's either a Rhino or a Razorback. Alright, I believe it's a Rhino because I got the guy in the front and everything like that, and then the guns on the back. I'm not 100% sure. I gotta go ahead and look at it, but yeah, haven't been able to use this guy since I bought him, so pretty excited once I get him painted. Once I get him painted up and everything, and I actually look to see what he is, I can actually use him and do some good stuff there. But yeah, overall, that is the entire army. And some of these guys are magnetized, some of them aren't, and then some of the magnets actually kind of came off, so I have to re-glue those. But yeah, this is the whole army. And then of course with the added addition of the armatures. So we have all of these guys. Look at that. And then of course with our added detachment of armatures. So that is pretty sick, and I'm super happy with that. I just cannot wait to use these guys a little bit more, and then we go from there. But other than that, yeah, man. One thing I want to say is that there's a lot of things that could like pop up, you know, throughout like your life or whatever, whether it's like school or work or whatever. And there's a lot of things that you want to pay a lot of attention to, especially like work or school, because those things are obviously important. However, you should not push to the side hobbies or things that you really enjoy and just use them as like a second or like a last minute thing. Because, and the only reason why I'm saying that is because you need to put as much time into the things that I would say that you don't enjoy. So obviously like school or work, depending on your job or whatever, you need to put as much time as you put into those things into your hobby. So I know that was something that I didn't get to do as much because I was so focused on school and work and being good at those things that I would kind of like push my hobby to the side and not really focus on it as much as I would like. But it's actually a really good balance if you are able to continue to do the things that you enjoy, as well as the things that you know you got to do to make a living and everything like that. So that's just something to keep in mind. And the only reason why I say that is because now I'm going to be trying to do my hobbies as much as I can. So even if that means like a Friday or a Saturday, you know, all day I just focus on my stuff and just turn off my brain, that's probably what I'll be doing. So yeah, keep that in mind whenever you're hobbying and going throughout your day to day, and I will see you all in the next one.